So these all are installed. Let me check that if I have installed in my machine or not. Yeah, Node.js is installed. Java is also installed in my system. Then SF update. So this command will update my Salesforce CLI. This is also mandatory to keep updated Salesforce CLI in your machine. So always try to run this command SF update in your command prompt if you are using Windows. If you are using a Mac, it's a terminal. Yeah. So this is also done. We have three things installed: Node.js, Java, and SF. Then Visual Studio Code, it is getting downloaded. Let me go there. It's getting installed. Just a minute. Okay, this is installed now. Okay, now let me open a new window. So you have to also follow the same step. Open a new window, and in the extensions, just type Salesforce. Okay, Salesforce. There will be something called as Salesforce Extension Pack. If it is installed, no problem. If it is not installed, just click on install. That will be installed. That is done. Then in the settings, okay, in the settings, click on this setup, okay, gear. Then here you have settings. In the settings, just type Java home. See, I have given the path of my Java JDK, which is installed in my mobile long back only. So it is showing it here. If you have installed freshly, that this will not be there. So you have to copy the path of your Java environment from your local machine and give it here. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. That's it. So our environment is ready now. We have installed all the things, we have updated, and we have installed Visual Studio Code and Java JDK. Sorry, Java Home is set up, and the extension Salesforce Extension Pack is also ready. So this is the environment that we need to start building the LWC components. Okay. Now let's create a new folder. I'll use desktop. Let's say, yeah, desktop. Inside this, LWC 2026. Okay. Now your project folder is here. What we have to do? We have to make our trailhead ready now. We have to make our trailhead ready. So just go to your trailhead. Okay. Go to your trailhead. Let me show you. Hmm, yeah. So we have gone to Trailhead. This is a Salesforce like a learning page. You know this learning application or learning website where you have all modules to learn. Then inside this you have the hands-on aux. Click on that hands-on aux. If you have already a playground for this, it's fine. If you don't have a playground for this, click on creating a playground. Once the playground got created, click on the launch. Okay, this is a newly created playground for 2026 LWC course. So you'll whenever you launch it, okay, you may land somewhere like this, or you may land in the playground starter, okay, starter page or starter application, let's say. So you have to switch. If you are not inside this playground starter, if you are inside this sales or service on the Salesforce platform, what you have to do? You have to switch to the playground starter. Just type here playground starter, go here and click on the get your login credentials. And this you have to mark it. This is your username. This is your username. So I'll save it here. Setting up Trailhead. So get the username. Okay, get the username from the playground starter of the Trailhead playground. Then click on the reset my password. Your reset password link will be sent to your registered email address. So I'll switch to that email address. Okay, now you got this one, the email to set the password or to reset the password. Just click on the reset. Yeah. So your Trailhead environment, for the Trailhead environment or the playground, you should have the username and password to log in, right? So that we got now. So let me set up trial@13 So I have my password as well. Now what I do, I keep my password here. Okay, my Trailhead environment is set up. My VS Code is also set up. So what I have to do, go to the VS Code where you have created just a new folder and your environment is set up, right? Enter Command Shift to P, okay, or Control Shift P, whatever. It's if it is a Mac, you'll have different commands. If it is a Windows, you'll be have a different command. So if you click on that Command Shift P, you'll be having SFDX commands all listed here. So you have to choose create project. Just click on create project. Just enter standard project and give it a name. Let's say class 1. Okay, I can give any project name, but for your understanding, I'm giving class 1. So again, you have to choose a path. So I'm choosing the same path here. Okay. See, these are all the files that got created by executing that command. So you will be having this all set of commands here. I mean, sort of files here that you haven't created, but your command has created. Now, this is a environment for you to start writing your code. Now, second, what we have to do? First command. What is the first command I have entered? In VS Code. In VS Code, create SFDX, SFDX, create project. Then the next command will be SFDX authorize an org. This command you have to enter. Okay. Control Shift P, then authorize an org. So just enter this one. Now org alias. So it's a LWC Playground 2026. See, you can give any name here. For my understanding, I'm giving my Trailhead Playground name itself here. LWC Playground 2026. Okay. So you will land in this page. What you have to do here, you have your password and username, right? That you have created for your playground. Copy that. Just a minute. Oh God. So username and let's say password. There you go. You have to just click allow access. Now see, authorize and org ran successfully. That's it. Okay, you have created a project in your VS Code to start building your LWC components, and that this VS Code project you have connected to your Salesforce Trailhead Playground. This is the first step you have to do. Okay, this is the first step you have to do before start writing the code. Now what we have to do? Let's start building the first component. Okay, first component. Let's start building. Just let me go to this page. Sales application. See, we have multiple applications. These all these are the tabs, these are the objects, this is a home page. These all I'm not going to explain this all again. Just we'll start building one one LWC component, basic LWC component. What we have to do? Again, Control Shift P, SFDX create lightning web component. This you have to click. Then you'll ask like component type. Just to select a JavaScript. So I will say hello world component. I'll just name this my first program or first code as a hello world component. I'll choose the folder. See, this is a folder. Okay. See, this is a folder. Oh God, I think again it's gone. Let me Control Shift P. Sorry. See, in this folder only you will get your component created. Now you don't have any component, right? Any code, but you'll get a new files here. Command Shift P, create lightning web component, JavaScript, hello world component. Yeah, that's it. You got your code created. Okay, this I haven't written. This is a boilerplate code we will call it, because means the basic code that the command will provide, and you can start writing upon that. So you created a LWC component with the command Control Shift P. Then you enter this command and selected whatever the requirements you have, JavaScript, and you can enter the name of the component, hello world component. Then you have this component created. Okay, this component created inside the Force App main default LWC folder of this project. Now, how many files you have? You have test folder, which have some test.js file. Also, we have HTML and JS file. This we have also have meta.xml that we will understand little later. For now, our concern is HTML and JSS or sorry, JS. So we'll open the HTML. We'll start writing the code. What code we are going to write? HTML code. That's why I have asked you to prepare from those two videos where you have the HTML related videos. What are the elements? What are the tags? What are the different types of elements? You have that all video that all I have covered in those two videos, which may be like a 2 hours or 3 hours. So try to practice, try to view that again. Try to watch that video again. Okay, I'll start. I'll start now. A basic element in any HTML. In any HTML, this is the basic element, paragraph element. Okay, what is element? Which has a opening tag and a closing tag and some text in between that, or some content, some body in between that, is called as element. This is called as element. Okay, this is called as element. You can see the screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Rohan? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
we have hello world component. So in that hello world component, I am editing the HTML file. This HTML file is like this. It will start with a template tag and close with template closing tag. I'm repeating. If you observe, I'm telling tag, element. See, these are some words you have to remember. Any programming language you take, you have to remember few keywords. So that keywords will help you understand what you are writing. So this is a tag, opening tag. This is a closing tag of template element. This is the opening tag. This is the closing tag of paragraph element. And this is a body, or this is a text. Okay. Now I have created a single element HTML code, and I have saved this. Okay, I have saved this. Now in the .xml, you will be having is exposed set to false. Is exposed set to false. But to make this visible, okay, to make this visible onto the Salesforce environment, you should make this set to true. Okay, remember these points. Set to true. Then you should set the targets. Okay. See, I'm not writing, just I'm taking the help of this suggestion bar. Okay. I mean, suggestions, what we say, like a copilot. If you have understanding of this copilot, the copilot is something that will help you write the code little faster. See, I just entered the target TAR, then it understood what I am writing. That then it created 4 lines of code for me. So it will create, but it will not explain. So we have to explain ourselves. What are these targets? What is this exposed? This exposed, I make it to true so that I can see the component in my environment. Where I will see, I'll show you. Coming back to this VS Code. So we have to set it true, from false to true. By default, it will be false. Then targets. What is mean by target? Where you want to show this, where you want to show this component or use this component, whether it's an app page, record page, home page, or any community page. So whatever the page or whatever the place you want to use this particular code component, okay, there, that particular information you have to give it as a target. Okay, this is very important. If you don't set the target, you can't use it. If you can't set this to true, you can't see it. So these are few things that you have to remember in the .xml, meta.xml. Okay, so coming back to the code, we have the basic code which displays hello world, and we have the .xml set ready, where we have is exposed to true, then lightning app page, lightning record page, lightning home page. Everything is ready. Means I may be using in the app page, record page, or home page. That I have saved to this configuration file, which we call it as a .xml. Okay, the component is ready. Now where I have to use it? Where I have to use it? I may use in the app page. I may use it in the record pages. Record pages or home page or app page. What are those? I'll give a brief info. For this, we'll cover in the morning classes, which we have discussed in the configuration. or like administration. But to give it a brief, I'll give some information. Or pages setup. There will be three different types of page or web page inside the Salesforce. Three different types. What are they? One is home page. Upon opening any of the application on the Salesforce platform, you land it in the home page. Then you will be having record pages. What are record pages? You will open a record now. Suppose let's say this one. You open a particular account now. This account information you are seeing now, this is nothing but a record page. A page which shows the information of a particular record. Here it is showing account record. That means it's a account record page. If you open a campaign, okay, if you open a campaign, then it's a campaign record page. So these are the record pages. You can use your LWC component which you have built just now. Here also you can use it. There is no issue. But generally we start with understanding home page, or basically you will start with understanding app page. App page in the sense you can't see it here, but we have to create a particular page called as app page. How you will be creating, I'll show you. Now, what are the three different types of pages? Home page, record page, then finally app page. So home page and record page we have seen. Okay, I can use this component, whatever the component I have created here. This component or this code I can display it there, but I'm not going to display in the home page or record page for now. I will help you build the app page, then use your component there. This is very important because you have to understand how you have to create a page first. In that page, you use your code next. Okay. Create app page. How you will create? Go to the Salesforce, click on the setup gear, then enter setup. There you have Lightning App Builder. Lightning App Builder. Now you can create a page here. You can create a page. So click on new. See, I told you, right? There are three different types of pages that we can use or build on the Salesforce platform. So homepage, record page, we have seen. Okay. Now we are going to create an app page. So we will name it as LWC 2026 course. Let's say, course. How you want your page to structure? Suppose this is a website or this is a blog. How you want your page to structure? You will configure, right? In the mobile, how it should look. So like that, you have to configure. So we have different configurations. I'll go with the default one, the first one. Okay, top one and side a little, and this one a broad one. We have a lightning page now. We have a lightning page. Okay, we have a lightning app page created. Let me save it. Click on activate. I will activate it for all users or system administrators. See, steps I am repeating. Go to Lightning App Builder, click on new, select the app page and give it a name, give it a structure. Then you have to see, you will be seeing this page. You don't have any components. See, I didn't deploy my component, right? See, I can see my components here. Whatever the component, LWC component or LWC code I am writing now here, that code I will see it here. But I haven't pushed the code from VS Code to this environment. That's why I am not seeing that. So even though you can't see that, you can use standard ones, but I'm not using standard ones. I want to start with the custom ones only that we have created. So just click on save. Saving doesn't mean you can have that page activated. You have to click on activate. You have to click on activate. It is taking some time. Yeah. So we have many other things that we'll discuss in the configuration part in the morning classes. But leaving that apart, I'm making this page visible to all users. Whoever use my Salesforce platform, they can access this particular page. Click on save. Okay. Skip and save. Now, again, I'll click on activation. Go to Lightning Experience. I want this page to use on the sales app of the Salesforce platform. Okay. And let me save this. Okay. So what I have done is, if you go back, click on App Launcher, go to Sales, add more items. So LWC, right? Yeah. I have added it to the nav item, nav bar, and moving that to the top. Save. Got it. We have created an app page, activated, added to the sales app. This page I have added to the sales app on the Salesforce platform. See, you note down my terminology, what I am repeating. So this terminology, if you miss, then it will be an issue for you. I created app page. That app page I have added to the sales app on the Salesforce platform. Okay, we have many apps, but I have chosen like sales app to add my newly created page, which we call it as the app page. What is the difference between home page, app page, record page? You will see in the morning classes. But for now, just remember, you need a page to display your component. Okay, to display your component. Now, your page is ready. Okay, your page is ready. Okay, page is ready. Now, go back. Okay, go back to the VS Code. Go back to the VS Code. In the VS Code, click on this component. What click you have to right click on this component. Okay. Then there will be a command called as deploy this source to the org. Deploy this source to the org. Just enter this one. You see that your code is getting deployed. If you scroll up and go to the output, okay, 1 second, let's enter this one. Okay, let's see whether it is deployed or not. I can't see this in output. No problem. Let me go to terminal only. Let's see here. Let's see. We can view it here as well. Let me go to this page. So you can't see this directly. No? You have to add that component to this page. For that, again, what we have to do, click on, okay, click on the setup. I'll show you the shortcut later. But how we have to generally do, go to Lightning App Builder. Okay, we know these steps, right? How to create a new, just now we have seen how to create a new app page. So similarly, you have to go to that page, click on edit, whatever the page you have created just now. Let it load. Hmm, yeah. Can you see this component? Till now, when we created this page, we haven't seen this component, right? But now we can see this component because we have deployed, or we have deployed from our local Visual Studio Code to the Salesforce Cloud environment. The playground we have connected, right? Authorize and org. Then we got the connection between this VS Code and that particular Salesforce playground. Then when I click the command, so deploy this source to the org, then from the VS Code, the code got pushed to this browser, also to this cloud Salesforce playground. Now you can use it. Just drag and drop it. That's it. See, you can see hello world. Okay, these components we have built and deployed. So click on save, then go back. Now go to sales application again, where you can see hello world. This is how you create, okay, a page and build your component. First component, what component? It's a hello world component we have built. Then we have deployed that component, okay, deployed this component and use that component in this LWC course. Yes or no? This is how, okay, this is how you say, yeah, like we say we can build or we can deploy a particular LWC component. See, I'm repeating component, component, component. Why component? Why can't I say just it's a HTML code? Because I'm not deploying only HTML code. I'm deploying this complete component where it includes HTML code, JavaScript file, and a meta.xml file as well. So this all I am deploying. That's why I say, or I repeat, it's a component which is made up of multiple files. Okay, what you can see, this is only the HTML. That's for sure. But what it has as a together, as a bonded with JavaScript and the XML. I hope this is clear for you how we can build and deploy your first component. If you understand this one, then we can start understanding with the HTML basics, where we have tags, elements, paragraphs, headings, conditional rendering. So these all we have. Okay, conditional rendering and conditional uh, like control statements we'll see together in the JavaScript and HTML basics. But we'll take a 10 minutes break and we'll start with the understanding of HTML basics. And we have few things in the HTML, not only in HTML, we say those as a base components. You can learn these two things in any order. You can learn ninth and start with 8, or 8 and 9 start with 9. But basic HTML you have to know for sure to start building the LWC components. Okay. We'll take a 10 minutes break and we'll come back. This class will be there as is. Just and this meeting will be there as is. We'll pause it, the recording for 10 minutes. That's it. we'll go with the HTML basics. So what I was saying is, so in general, we don't call HTML page, HTML code, or HTML or whatever other names. We call them as HTML document. In general, if you are only playing with the HTML, the standard word is HTML document. Okay, HTML document. That means nothing but it's a code. It's a complete code. So what this code will contain in the HTML, if you say, it has some tags. Tags. This is a tag. This is a tag. So this is called as opening tag, and this is called as closing tag. These two tags put together will form an element. Okay, put together will form an element. See, this is a start tag. This is the end tag. Okay, now this together, okay, this together will form an element. Element is everything from start tag to the end tag. That means whatever the this complete thing from tag name to the tag end, okay, tag start to the tag end, and whatever the content we have or text or whatever the content we have here, that all put together we call it as an element. Okay, an element. So generally we have h1 tag, paragraph tag, and we have multiple other elements as well. In the headings, we have multiple headings. Okay, so like this h1, h2, h3, h4. Then in the paragraph, we have only single thing, a paragraph. Then we have some styles you leave it. We'll cover CSS later. If you see tables, see if you want some one table to display in this format, so what you have to write? TR element we have to use. Table row we say. This is a table element. This is a table row element. This is a table header element. This is a table data element. So like this, if you want to display anything on the UI, you have to be master in the HTML. So that if whatever the like content you want to be get you want that to be get displayed on the UI, that you can configure in the HTML code only. Suppose let's say we'll take this, try this. Okay, we'll take this one and we'll copy this one. Not copy, we'll play here itself. I want to change this one, Australia. Okay, Austria. Now where is Austria? This is in this. In the third row. Yes or no? One row, two row, three row, four row. Okay. In the fourth row, okay, of a table. In the fourth row of a table, starting row is headers. Then we have data row, data row, data row. See, starting row is headers. TH, 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 you see it, right? This is called header. These are the table rows. If I want to change this, see, it is getting changed, right? That means if you control the HTML document, HTML code, then you can control what we are displaying on the UI. Okay, this should be very clear for you. HTML acts as a skeleton. It's a skeleton for our code. What to display, where to display, that all will be controlled in the HTML itself. The logic, the styling that comes from the JavaScript and the CSS, we'll leave that apart for now, but we'll concentrate on the skeleton, like how and what data you are going to display. That depends primarily on the HTML code you are writing. Okay, let me go to my VS Code where I have written only single, okay, where I have written only single component. Now, sorry, single element. Now I'll display other elements like this. What elements I'll show you? I want list element, list. I'll show you HTML lists. I want like this. Okay, I want like this. So this is the element UL. Okay, UL is the element. This is the element list item. We say list item. This is UL. That means unordered list. So I'll copy this one. I'll paste it here. Sorry. Hmm. So let me save this. What we have to do after saving, we have to deploy. Our component again got deployed, the latest code base. Then what we have to do, go to our environment. See, till now what we have seen, to edit this page, see, this is a page that is displaying your component. But what happened, your component got updated, right? Your component got updated. It's not hello world anymore. We have some list of items here that is not getting displayed here, right? If you want that to get displayed here, you want to resave your page. How you will resave your page, I'll show you. Just click on this setup, click on the edit page. Once you click on the edit page, you can see the updated code here. You can see it, right? The updated code. So now click on save it again. Okay. Once you save this code, if you go back again, you can see this, right? Coffee, tea, milk. So you can see this one. So similarly, if you copy any other HTML, we'll copy this one. Ordered list. Ordered list and unordered list are two different things. Ordered list means you'll see the items without any numbering. Okay, without any numbering. Unordered, unordered means you see without any numbering. Ordered means you just get a numbering. This elements you see, it's same, similar almost. That is UL, this is OL. And list elements, LI, LI, LI. List item, list item, list item. Okay. Now I'll copy this one, go back to my code and paste it here. Let me save this one. Again, let me deploy this one. Now again, I'll go to this page. Okay, this page where I have already updated last time. Again, I will update this one. Click on the setup gear. Click on the edit page. This directly opens a Lightning app builder for you. No need to go to setup, then Lightning app builder, then open your page and click on edit. So you can directly click on edit pages right away there itself. So see, you got here coffee data. But if you notice, here it's a ordered list, right? Here it's a ordered list. Here it is unordered list. Generally, what should happen? Coffee, tea, milk should display it, and coffee, milk, tea, milk should display 1, 2, 3. But what's happening? It is taking everything as a paragraph only, right? It is taking everything as a paragraph only, right? This how we gonna fix? We'll see it later. But for now, just understand. But for now, let's understand in this first. Okay, why it is not reflecting correctly on your LWC component? I will explain you what is the main thing. That for that you need to understand few more things. But here, if you see, ordered list means you get a numbers, and if you want to change it to unordered list, then just change it like this. Click on run. It got changed, right? If you want to add more items to this list, you just write a HTML code this way. Element. Got it? So this is very simple. If you know the HTML elements, you can play with the HTML code on the and the UI. Why it is not reflecting here correctly? I'll show you. But you observe it here. Okay. If I want to display another tag H3, This is H3 H3 tag for H3 element, let's say. Got it? H2 is more bigger, H3. Then if you want, we have H1 as well here, H1. So based upon the element you are using, you will see that kind of text, that kind of content, let's say. Okay. So one element we have covered is headings. Then we have paragraphs we have covered. Okay. Paragraphs we have covered. Then what next we have covered? We have covered UL, unordered list. Then we have covered OL, ordered list. One second. Like this, if you keep on learning, there are multiple elements. Okay, there are multiple elements inside the Salesforce. There will be what we say. There will be lists, tables, images, links. Okay, then we have division, we say div or division, block, inline, buttons, classes. There are multiple. So what I suggest for you is, I have shared this link in the WhatsApp group. Rohan, I will share it to you personally. Okay. So you can go through these multiple elements, try to understand. Okay. Try to understand whatever we discuss in this class. Try to understand first that one. Then you can go beyond that. Try to understand links, tables, buttons, div, list. Okay. Uh, what next? Classes, if possible. Classes and block and inline, they're a little complicated. Try to understand that. In the further classes, you'll understand for sure. But if you know are enthusiastic, then you can start exploring that today. Okay. So this is about the HTML basics. HTML forms the base of your component or a skeleton for your component. Okay. 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 That is fine. Okay. Now, now let me let me help you understand something called as base components. Base components are, one second. So in the HTML basics, we have covered paragraphs, headings, tables, then lists we have covered. Now I want you to understand few basic components or base components, we say. See, Salesforce is one technology. Salesforce have its own requirement. Okay, its own requirements. It doesn't depend only on the basic HTML or basic JavaScript. What it will do? Salesforce is a huge company and it's a huge platform. It has multiple clients, so it has to uh, optimize, or it has to build their few solutions. Solutions in the sense, let's say, see, if you are using few things, what you do, you'll group those things, you'll configure something, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you'll make some edit changes and keep it aside. Whenever you need it, you use it in your whenever you need it, you use it in your application. See, if you are building a big application, you are having some buttons, some text, some tables, some paragraphs, let's say. You want it to be like some beautiful, or let's say in a good way. What you do, instead of writing code again and again, So if you know you are going to use it again and again, the buttons or let's say elements headings, you group it, you build it, you group it and keep it aside. Whenever you need it, you'll use it, right? So similarly, there there are some components in this component reference. There are some components. Those components you can use it in your component. I'm repeating again. Those components. Yeah. So what we are talking is we have few components. Okay, we have few components that are already developed or built by the Salesforce that we can use in your component. Okay, in your component. So let's say I want to build a button. Instead of writing the complete code, what I do, I'll go here. Okay, I'll go here. I'll copy this code. Okay, I'll copy this code and keep it there. Suppose I want the one button. Okay, I want one button here. Let's say a neutral button. Let's say. Okay, let's say I'll copy this button. Okay, lightning button. Then I'll keep it here. Okay, that's it. My button will be displayed there. I'll show you. Okay, let me edit this page again. Let it load. Mhm. See, you got a button here, right? You got a button here. So like this, okay, nothing happens here because I haven't configured what should happen when button is clicked. Further, you need JavaScript knowledge as well. So we'll learn it later. But if you see, I haven't written any code. What I have done, I have this base component, basic component, okay, base component from the component reference by the Salesforce. There I have went and I have copied, okay, I have copied one, sorry. Yeah, I have copied and pasted it in my code. If you see here, this is also like what? This is also like HTML element only, right? Opening tag, okay, then again closing tag. But you see something very different. Lightning. There is something called as lightning. That means it is developed by the lightning framework, or developed for the lightning framework, using the lightning framework by the Salesforce. So these are whatever you say, lightning are there, right? And that you find it here in the component reference. We call them as lightning based components. Okay, lightning based components. You have multiple. If you want to display, let's say, a table or a data table. One second. Yeah. See, if you want to display something like this, you have a component already. See, like this, you have to write a code. You have to write a code in the JavaScript. You have to write like this. So for everything, you have few components already developed by the Salesforce that you can use directly. If you want something extra controlled by yourself, then only we'll go with what? Normal HTML. Okay, normal HTML. So like this, you have to master at least 30 of these components, because no one will start writing the code from very start. Like if I want to display this table, I don't use generally the basic HTML table and write each and every table data, table row. I don't go that way, because I'm a Salesforce developer. I have a Lightning Web Component, okay, knowledge, and I know what components I can use from this component reference. So what I do, I go for the lightning component reference, and I'll copy the lightning data table, and copy that and paste it the code, whatever the code I get, in the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, got it. So that's why you need to have the knowledge on that. You need to have the knowledge on this lightning component reference as well. Okay, lightning component references, whatever the base components we have for buttons, for paragraphs, for cards, you have to master this one, at least 30 from this. I'll help you what 30 you have to practice, but it helps you to write the code in a simpler way. If you want to create a button, that's it. You copy that and create a button. What are these? I'll tell you. This we call it as attributes. This we call it as an event. This we call it as an event method. So this all we have to learn. We'll see it later. But for now, just understand lightning component reference is like a library for us, where we have already developed or built-in components from the Salesforce that we can use it directly onto your code in your components which you are building. Okay, now today I'll start with one basic lightning component. We call it as a card, lightning card. How the code will be? This is how the code will be. Lightning card. Okay, in between that you can write any content. Okay, just I'll copy this one, lightning card. Then I'll close that lightning card which I opened in the top. See, whenever you open a particular tag, then you must close that tag. If not, that it's an error. Your code is in an error way. Okay, okay. Lightning card and the lightning card. It's a closing tag. It's an opening tag. This together forms a complete element. Okay. Inside this, you have written another code. Okay. Inside this, you have written another code. Now click on save it. Deploy this source. See what I'm doing? Deploying this source. Again, going back to my environment, where I have this page already, and with this component, we know this already, we have seen till now. Just I'm clicking on edit page and re-rendering or reloading or resaving my page, so that whatever the new changes I have added in my code, that will get reflected here. Let it load. Which component I have used now? Lightning card. Lightning card. See, the information about this card will be there here. Okay. Hmm. See, you got it. This in a card now. In a card. Okay, in a card. The card means, see, you have a dark gray background. I mean, light gray background, and you have something in a white way now. Okay, so it adds something to your UI. Now, if I want another card, let's say a lightning card. Let's say card two. We'll give a title card two. Then I will close this card. I'm not writing anything in any content here. Just opening, closing, and attribute I have set title to card two. Then again I'll deploy. Again I'll click here, click on edit page, load it. See, already it got loaded. Save it, go back. Card two. Nothing, no data here, but it's a card two. There is a small separation here from card one to card two. So in the UI, if you want to separate few things from top, bottom, footer, middle section, side section, then you have to use this lightning cards. So from today, while writing your code, first component or first base component or first element that you are going to write is lightning card. First, you are going to write template. By default, you will get this template when you create a lightning web component. Okay. Then you create a lightning card with give some title, close it, and in between that, you start writing your code. Okay. Start writing your code. Template, then card, then your content. This is the best practice you need to follow throughout this course. Okay. Okay. So any questions? Why I'm not getting numbering? Why I'm not getting this dots? That I'll explain you what's the issue and why and how the normal HTML and the Salesforce Lightning Web Components HTML is different. How we can control that? We'll see it. But for now, you just need to understand if you write something here, whatever elements you use, it will treat it as a paragraphs only. Okay, paragraphs only. We display normally. Okay. Any questions till now? If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Okay. Now, I hope you don't have any questions. So what I am doing is I am deleting this one. Okay. Just I'll keep hello world. I don't want this button also. I'm deleting that button. Okay, I'm deleting that button. So this is my hello world component where I have one card, one template. Template will be there as usual. So one card, and in that card, one paragraph element I have there. I have it, and I have displayed that one. Well and good. Now I want to create a new component. New component. What I will do? Control Shift P. Create Lightning Web Component. Choose JavaScript. Now, data types, data type in JavaScript. See, I'm naming this way because I want to explain data types in JavaScript from this example component. That's why I have named it this one. In general, we will name in different way. Okay, in production environments. What happened? It created a new component for you in this folder. Data type in JavaScript is my new component. Hello world component is my old component. I'll go to the new component. I'll go to the HTML. Again, what I have told to you, start writing lightning card. Okay, start writing lightning card. Control S. Okay, now I'll have some heading. Data type in JavaScript component loaded. Just a paragraph. See, it is giving me suggestions. I'm taking that advantage. That's it. Now let me close the other component files. I'll keep JavaScript open and HTML open for this component. Which component? Data type in JavaScript. The component name is data type in JS. Okay. Now, it's time to understand the dependency of JavaScript in HTML or in complete LWC. Let's go to the JavaScript. Here, create a property. See, whatever the naming conventions I'm using, terminology I'm using, try to use the same terminology while you're practicing. I am going to create a property called as name. In that name, I will use Kalyan Chakravarti. Where I have created this one? I have created this in the JavaScript file, in the JS. In the JS file, I have created. Okay. Now this one I am going to use here. How? Very simple way. Open bracket, open flower bracket, close flower bracket, and copy and paste the name property which we have declared or initialized in the JavaScript here. What it does is, this is called bonding or binding, where you bind the data from the JavaScript to your HTML file. How you'll bind or bond? By opening and closing the flower bracket and placing your name, okay, your name here, or your property. If I say age, let's say age equals 30, then if you want to display the age, so what I do is just open bracket, close bracket, then in between that you paste your property name. Okay, that's it. The data is not in the HTML. HTML is acting as a skeleton for us. Where the data is coming from? From the JavaScript. Okay, how we have related the JavaScript and the HTML? We have bonded or binded that properties from the JavaScript file to the HTML file, and this all together should be in one single component. You can't relate this data from HTML, I mean from another components JavaScript to this component HTML. You can't do it. You have to do it here itself. Okay, let me save it. So I have saved this example, data type in JavaScript. So what is data type? We'll understand. First, we have to understand how we'll bind the data. I will bind the data. We'll create a properties. We'll create paragraphs. In the paragraphs, we'll use flower brackets and paste our property names here. That's it. Click on save. You know the process, right? Deploy this source to the org. it is deployed. Let me click on edit page again. Let it load. Environments are very slow actually. See, this component is clear. Okay, this component is clear. We have edited, but we haven't deployed. That's why I can't see the updated code. But we have created a new component, right? Can I see that component here? See, I need your input now here. Can I see the component here, Tejasvi?
No, we can't.
Why? Reason? Anyone? Any guess? Reason? So you're not following everyone.
I
What's
think
the
we
way?
didn't
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
the data in Excel, meta Excel, XML.
Yeah.
I think
So
it
in
was
the
false. That's why we are unable to see
yes.
the information which is in the tab.
Yes. So that we need to configure your XML file such that your components metadata configuration, your components configuration, you will set it here. So is exposed? Yes, it's true. We have to set it. Then what are the targets for us? Targets is one is app page. First one is app page. Record page, home page. If you want, you can keep it. If you don't want, you can remove it because I'm using that in the app page only. So let me save this and let me deploy this again. Let me deploy my. There is an error. Sorry, there is an error. Oh, it's a targets. I missed that one. Targets. Still error. Why?
Only one place only you change the targets.
Yeah. Targets. Let me deploy this again. Deploy. Let me deploy my whole component as well. Both are in the process. By then, let me reload this one. Is it done? Let me wait for this to done. Let me reload this one again. Okay. So this is first one is clear. It's simplified. Then now you can see your component here. Drag and drop it. Save it. You no need to activate it because you already activated this complete page. So whatever the components you added, it will be visible for all the users once it got added here. So you have saved this one, got back. Data type in JavaScript is my title, and this is the simple paragraph I have written. And if you observe, I have written name and age, but what it displayed, Kalyan Chakravarti Gaud and 30. The reason, whatever the data I have written in the JavaScript file, from that it pull the data because okay, it thought okay they are binding some variable or let's say some property here. So when they are binding, I need to fetch this data from JavaScript. So it went to the JavaScript, it took it and it displayed. Got it? So name, like this, age like this. Let's say is admin. Mean if I am admin, then let's say true. Then let's say 1 second. We need to have some more data as well here. I'll see. You understood how it displayed. Now I am going to display. I am going to uh, give more data here, and again I will display it there. True. Let's say is logged in false. Then my marks. Let's say marks equals to like this, percentage equals to 8.5. Each subject marks equals to, see, Copilot made my teaching very easy. If I just write if I give some clue, it will create the data for me. So it is helping me a lot. Okay, coming back to the class topic. What we are discussing? Data types. What we are discussing? Data types. So to understand data types, first what we needed to bind that variable or properties, okay, these properties to your HTML so that you can see that. You can see it here. You can see it here. That is done. We have done that one. We have understood. Now, let us understand different types of data we can display on the UI. See, data is in a different way. Data will be in a different way. You will be having numbers. You'll be having like a true or false. We call it as a boolean. Then we will be having like this. We call it as a list or array. Then we'll be having like this. It's a decimal. Okay. We say it as a float or decimal. Then we have like this. We call it as a map. In Python, we call it as a dictionary. So like this. Okay. And in JavaScript, we call it as an object. So like this, data will be called in a different way in different programming language. But at the end of the day, data will be in these formats. This is a text or a string, okay, in JavaScript. This is a number, okay. We can call it as an integer as well, okay. Then we have array, we have number, we have boolean, okay. We have this as an object. Now, these are the different types of data from today we are going to use. We are going to play with. Got it? Name. If you want to store any strings, okay, any string, we store it in a single quotes or double quotes, okay? Single quotation marks or double quotation marks. If you want to store a number, okay, if you want to save a number, then it's directly you can write like this. If you want to show whether true or false, it's called as boolean, okay. We write true. True doesn't mean that it's a true true text. It's true means in computer programming languages it's 1. If it is false means it's a 0. Marks, if you want to show multiple data at once, then you show it in terms of marks, like, sorry, in terms of array or an object. What is the difference between array and object? We'll see in later when we talk more about the data types inside the JavaScript. And percentage, it's again a number, but it's a decimal number, okay. Got it? Now let me display this all here now. Percentage, then is admin, then again what we have left with, yeah, we add all this one, save it, again deploy it. If you don't deploy, you can't see there. Deploy it, let it deploy. If you reload this, nothing will happen. You have to do edit. Okay, we have to do edit. So how? Click on this one, click on edit page. Let it load. Yeah, that's it. Done. Save. You got it right? So object, you leave it. You will not see the object as this directly. You have to do some manipulation here. But rest all the data, you can see it. A string, okay, a text or string, numbers, booleans, and array. Clear? So this is how you display different types of data. Displaying is very simple. You create that here and you pull the data here by binding that in the flower brackets. That's it. Naming should be very clear. If you see percentage small p, then it should start with small p only. Okay. If you is admin, is and capital A, then definitely is and capital A. So you should see the names correctly, the names of your properties, what you're writing here, that should follow. That should, I mean, here whatever you're writing here, both should have the same names, because JavaScript and other program languages are little different. Because you may see few languages are case insensitive, few languages are case sensitive. That means in some programming languages, percentage capital P percentage or small p percentage, both are same, but here it's not. Okay, so we have created the data type, different data types and different data, and we have used it here and we have displayed it here. Okay, we have displayed it here. Done. This is about today's class. You have consumed lot of data today. We'll end up here. If you have any questions, let me know. We have more 10 minutes left. If you don't have any questions, then in tomorrow's class, we'll meet. Tomorrow's also same timing, evening 5:30 to 7:30. And Monday from 9:30 to 11. Soumya, you have any issue with this morning time? Like because you are a working employee, so I just want to confirm when you will be you will be having your first call in the morning. Soumya, you are here. Hello, Soumya. I think we can't hear you. Is it problem with me only or with anyone?
It's audible for us. Don't know.
Okay, okay. So just to confirm one thing, you are okay with 9 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11? Just confirm me in the WhatsApp or in the chat. In the chat only you can confirm, because my shift timings are from afternoon to midnight, so I could not make it at 7:30 at any cost. I should move after 8 or 8:30 or 9:30 only. So that's the reason we have missed a lot of classes in the last week, because my shift ends around night 3 a.m. in the midnight. So I want okay, okay, okay. In between 9 to 11, you're fine. Okay, that's fine. Let's start with the 9:30, and 45 minutes we will be having agent force and administration. and the next 45 minutes we will be having LWC. That will be the next week schedule from Monday to Friday. Okay, and Saturday it's a break, and Sunday will be the exam for you from next week, because till now whatever it's done, I have some issues with my new job, the work timings and everything. So we'll leave that apart. So from this week we have already started like coding and the configurations also, like in the administration also we have almost completed few of the flows. So from next Sunday you will be writing the exam in our portal. Okay, tomorrow we will be having the class, same again, 5:30 to 6:30, whatever we missed in this week we'll cover. Then from Monday it's from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Okay. Okay then. Thank you. You have any questions, Tejasvi?
Not now.
Okay.
I will get back to you.